Hello, friends. I'm Leslie Manning, a member of the Religious Society of Friends, whose home meeting is in Durham, Maine. I have served as your representative to the General Board of Friends United Meeting. I have served on and as clerk of the Working Party on spirituality and sexual ethics under the care of Ministry and Council. And I have been an active member of the FUM work group that was formed out of discernment at our sessions in 2004. So I have been living with this question of our relationship with Friends United Meeting for at least these 15 years. I am a lesbian who loves Jesus, and I see myself as part of a worldwide community of friends of very diverse backgrounds, theological viewpoints, and understandings of how we, as a beloved community of God, serve and offer hope and healing to this world. Prior to becoming a member of this religious society, I worked with a number of different people of different faith backgrounds to help them develop ways of making their own religious communities more open and affirming. For many years, in the 80s, I was the coordinator of the Lesbian Gay Freedom Day parade and celebration in San Francisco, California. I was the convener and coordinator of the 1984 March on the Democratic Convention when it was held in San Francisco. And I am a founding member of ACT UP in the Bay Area. I have worked with Mormons, Roman Catholics, members of the UCC and United Methodist denominations in an attempt, sometimes still ongoing, to make those bodies more fully inclusive and affirming of people of all sexual orientations and gender identities. I did not realize when I came to Friends that this would continue to be my work. But I have not been released from this work yet, and will try to remain faithful and obedient as led. It is my hope for our yearly meeting that we will reaffirm our commitment to remain in full relationship with Friends United Meeting. And full relationship requires of us both full participation and a consistent witness, a witness that we affirmed and confirmed in 2004, that we truly believe that all people, regardless of sexual orientation, marital status, or gender identity, are called into God's service. One of the things that was most radical and to the root of the early Friends was their witness that all of us, regardless of station in life or gender, could be and were expected to be ministers of the gospel. This was one of the reasons we were considered so subversive, not only in Europe, but especially here in the New World, so-called. Mary Dyer is, as far as we know, the only woman of European descent who was martyred in North America for her religious beliefs, because she was a woman who dared to preach truth. So, how is it that we, as members of a worldwide body, a body that does not embrace dogma, how is it that we, as members of a worldwide body, in partnership with each other, have found ourselves so torn and in such disunity around this issue of full inclusion? I think, in my experience, friends, that there are some among us who take the American culture wars as their personal path to redemption. I regret this deeply, because I do not think that that is truth as I know and experience it. And I think there are some of us who, because we are so intolerant of intolerance, find ourselves unwilling to be in association with anyone who does not hold our inclusive views. And I think there are some among us who, as parents, have heard that their children are not worthy enough, are not good enough to serve Friends United meeting. I wish none of these things were true. But if that is our present reality, the question before us may very well be, how then do we remain in relationship with people who are members of our own faith family, but hold different viewpoints and have a different understanding of the Bible and of friends' testimonies than we ourselves hold? Are we capable, as peacemakers, to remain in association and loving relationship even when we are not in unity? I do believe that that is what God is asking of us and other religious denominations that claim to be followers of Jesus and yet cannot learn to live together in disagreement. If we cannot do that for ourselves, how then, friends, can we do it on behalf of anyone else? In traveling among friends in North America. I find a real yearning to be in relationship with each other despite our differences. Many of you will know by now that in 2011, the General Board of North America minuted the fact that they are not in unity with the personnel policy. But since that time until today, 2019, no yearly meeting has come forward with an alternative to the personnel policy, either from those who feel that it is rightly ordered or from those of us who feel it is truly in error. Perhaps the work in front of us is not about withholding, but engaging. What could it look like if the personnel policy were put aside and all members of the Religious Society of Friends who were led to work with Friends United meeting were found only to be in good standing and in good order with their own yearly meeting? For remember, the Friends United meeting is an association of yearly meetings. So if I, from New England, am called to work in Ramallah, and I go through a clearness process and am found to be clear to move forward with that ministry, what should it matter elsewhere if I am found to be in good order and in good standing here in New England? Similarly with Indiana or any of the African yearly meetings. Might the way forward be to return to the time then when there was no personnel policy and the requirement was that a friend was a member in good standing of the yearly meeting of which they are a part? I don't propose to have an answer, but that is a question that I hold in my own heart. And I know that my own home meeting of Durham, which has a long association of involvement and support of Friends United meeting, also holds. It is not easy to remain in relationship with those with whom we disagree. But that seems to be what is being asked of us. And I pray that we will remain faithful. Thank you, friends. Thank you for your tender, loving care of those of us who would otherwise be marginalized. And thank you as well for your honest and forthright discussions about this relationship with Friends United meeting. May we continue to listen and to be obedient.